Hey guys, welcome to Film Chat. This week we will be discussing the Deadpool sequel, the Jungle Book film, and the controversy around the Ghost in the Shell. Deadpool 2. Everyone is very, very excited because it's official. The sequel is in the works, and Ryan Reynolds, along with Tim Miller, who directed, are coming back, along with the whole creative team that made the Deadpool that we love so special and crazy and rated R and gory and sexy and all that good stuff. The original Deadpool grossed over $700 million, becoming the highest grossing rated R film in a worldwide basis. So that is why they are moving very quickly into getting this sequel off the ground. So I'm hoping that they have more stories that they can tell for the Deadpool sequel, and with the bigger budget, it'll look just as good and delicious, and I'll want to lick Ryan Reynolds' face even more. That got weird real fast. 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh, it got weird.
The rumor walking around town is that Spider-Man and Deadpool might have a crossover film. Crossover film, and that'd be so much fun.
So much fun.
Okay, now, the only issue with this is that Sony owns Spider-Man and Deadpool is Fox Marvel, and the idea to have a crossover film means a lot of finessing, and Tim Miller and the creative team behind Deadpool are kind of putting it in their ear. The cool thing is, if you're like Deadpool and Spider-Man were kind of like homies. They've met a few times in the comic book world. In fact, Spider-Man's kind of annoyed by Deadpool at times because Deadpool has an infatuation, likes to hit on him, and Deadpool just wants to be really, really best friends. I have a lot of faith in this team because they eat and breathe Deadpool, and Tim Miller coming back as the original director is a great call, so you don't have to be scared about a new director coming in. Jungle Book! The Jungle Book has come out and surpassed everyone's expectations for what it was gonna do. Believe me, I was like, this movie, I was very surprised because I personally wasn't that excited about it. I'll just keep it real. Still not, but it's got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It has an A Cinema score, and it's surpassed $100 million in its opening weekend, on the fast track to hitting $1 billion and joining the $1 billion club. The Jungle Book is a remake of the 1967 classic, and the interesting thing is they've already started working on a sequel. Yes, they want to bring back the director Jon Favreau and the child that played Mowgli and go on more adventures with Mowgli. Now the interesting thing is, if they want to bring Mowgli back, that means they want to go real fast with this sequel, because that little guy is going to turn into a teenager real quick. Now, Warner Brothers has their own Jungle Book coming out in 2018. Yeah, oh shit. And they are probably scared shitless right now, because usually when you come off of the other person being successful, you're not as successful. Honestly, if they weren't in production, I'd be like, fuck this shit, let's go home. But they're in production, so the studio could take a PG-13 route and make it like a little bit darker, like a little bit of a darker, I don't know why I did this. That's like a bow chicka bow wow. That's when you make things darker, you get creepy. My views, now that I've seen the reception that it's got, I definitely want to check it out just for the beautiful visuals. I feel like I would need to see them on the big screen now, just so I can see that grass flowing. I don't know why I go to grass, but sometimes CGI grass is so beautiful. The Ghost in the Shell is a film being produced by DreamWorks and Paramount, and it stars Scarlett Johansson as a cyborg human hybrid that works in a covert underground task force called Section 9, and her name is Motoko. Now, her job is she's devoted to fighting crime and killing the bad guys. And there's a bit of controversy around the casting, and that has caused controversy because it's that she's not Asian. I was gonna say that right now. There's a petition going on right as we speak. It's got 65,000 signatures, upset that for another time in Hollywood history, they have whitewashed a film and not casted the minority that the character is supposed to be. This is a role that could have went to an Asian actress, but where are Asian actresses with the star power? So the issue comes way back in regards to Hollywood, in the fact that we don't cast enough Asian actresses just from the beginning standpoints. And what I mean by that is in the independent roles that lead to the bigger roles, that lead to the high budget roles. When they want a sure thing, they want a star name that's going to sell tickets. And unfortunately right now, I don't know who the star name is for the Asian American market, for the African American market, for any market right now that could sell to a studio, I am not a studio, to a studio, the idea of doing a $100 million movie based on that person's name alone. Now, how the studio really put their foot in their ass or their foot in their mouth, their foot in their ass and their mouth, is that they started using special effects to turn her into an Asian girl. And that's where they really got guilty as shit. We need more Asian actresses that have star power. In order to get those Asian actresses, we need Hollywood to give them the parts to gain that respect and to gain that stardom. That is all for Film Chat today in regards to the Deadpool sequel, the Jungle Book film, and the Ghost in the Shell. So you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time. Until then, stay creative.